The box office flop that ended Hollywood forever. The failure of this 1980 epic western was one of the most infamous box office disasters in movie history, and it played a major role in the ending of the era of director-driven Hollywood filmmaking that had dominated the 1970s. Throughout the 1970s, Hollywood was largely driven by visionary directors like Martin Scorsese, Francis Ford Coppola, Robert Altman, and Brian De Palma. Studios gave filmmakers unprecedented creative control, leading to groundbreaking films like The Godfather, Taxi Driver, Chinatown, and Apocalypse Now. However, these films often ran over budget and schedule, with some like Apocalypse Now teetering on a financial disaster before ultimately succeeding. One of these directors was director Michael Cimino, who had won massive acclaim and Oscars for The Deer Hunter in 1978, which made the Studio United artist confident in his ability to deliver another masterpiece. He was given total creative freedom to make Heaven's Gate, a western epic about class struggle between the land barons and European immigrants in 1890s Wyoming. Production quickly spiraled out of control. Cimino was a perfectionist, reportedly demanding over 50 takes per shot. The original budget of $11 million ballooned to $44 million, which now would be $200 million. The film's runtime stretched over 5 hours, forcing United artists to demand cuts. When Heaven's Gate finally premiered in November 1980, it was panned by critics and pulled from theaters within a week. A shorter version was released in April of 1981, but the damage was done. It grossed only $3.5 million against this massive budget over $44 million. The failure bankrupted United Artists, which was considered one of the most prestigious studios, founded by the one and only Charlie Chaplin. It was then sold to MGM, making the end of its independence. Studios became terrified of giving directors too much power, shifting control back to executives and producers. The blockbuster model, pioneered by Jaws and Star Wars, became dominant, with the studios prioritizing commercially safe, high-concept films over risky artistic projects. The director-auteur era gave way to franchise filmmaking, sequels, and studio-driven productions, paving the way for corporate Hollywood of the 1980s. Directors lost the creative freedom they once had. Heaven's Gate's massive failure made studios rethink how they funded films, leading to a more commercially focused industry that still dominates today.